It's Dizzy. I'm out at the farm and been having a problem with a certain bratty pony, namely Licorice. She kept getting into the wrong field. I do rotational grazing and I can have hay out for her, and she will ignore the hay and get into the wrong section. My first thought was that she was wearing a blanket. Was that the blanket was making it so that she wasn't getting shocked, and then I checked my charger and realized it wasn't on. So I turned it on and it seemed to be working. She was staying out. And I got here the one day, she was in the field again. It's like, well, maybe I just didn't have enough hay out for her. So put hay out and yeah, she left it. So then it's like, okay, well, I need to check my fence. There's just one problem. I'm going to come over here so you can see it. This is the fence charger that I had, the fence tester that I had. And I'm going to admit this one was very difficult to use. It had these little areas that light up. You basically had to block the sun unless it was dark out. It's supposed to have a little probe on the end that you put on the ground. The probe had broken off. So I decided that I was going to get a new one. And that one was on order. It wasn't supposed to get here until the end of the month. It came early. And fence is turned off, so it's not going to come on. This has a nice digital readout. Did have to wait a bit to use because the one thing I didn't realize, you had to put a 9-volt battery in it. You need a screwdriver. And I had to find a screwdriver that fit. I had the 9-volt battery, so got it on and I started checking the fence. I was fine over in this area, all the way up to the end there. But when I went over there, it got nothing. I was checking all over, trying to figure out what the problem was. I wasn't seeing anything wrong. Then again, I was more interested in testing than I was in anything else. And I was getting readings, some fairly high, others really low, until I got over to this fence in here. And it went from having a reading to nothing. And it was getting late and it's like, yeah, okay, I don't have time to mess with this right now. So what I was going to do, there is, in that building there's one that's not solar like mine is. It gets plugged in. And I have in the past just run a wire from over here to my wire and it worked fine. So I did that. Hardly had any reading at all. Made sure that it was tight connection. Didn't matter. And at this point in time, I was kind of frustrated. So I started walking, had the fence turned off, and I started checking every place, starting down at the gate there, going up, ducking under, going around, checking where I had everything connected, making sure that wasn't broke. Hopefully you can hear me because of course it's windy out here. Checking to make sure that nothing's hitting it any place. Get all the way around to here, everything looked good until I got to here. You can see the wire is touching the electric. The insulator that belongs on broke off. That at least is an easy fix. I have a new one right here. It's just a matter now of getting that screw out, putting the new one on, and it will be fixed. So there have been times when I have gone nuts trying to find out why the electric wasn't working, but like I said, at least this time it's an easy fix. I'm going to get that done, and I got to finish up here, get going home, so I'll talk at you later.